And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Hey, Jude. Yeah! Best player in the world saves England again. Absolutely brilliant. What a freaking star this kid is. England were absolutely crap. Absolutely crap. And we're talking about it. We've got some thoughts on that may differ a little bit in the room here. So lots to get to. England, lots and lots of soccer to get to. Not only did England get saved by the bell, Spain run rampant and look class again. Italy crash out in one of the worst Italian national team performances I have ever seen. They were horrendous. Argentina advanced without Messi's help in the Copa America. USA play tomorrow against Uruguay and need to win. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the game against Panama and Tim Weah being an absolute idiot. Oh, and by the way, Canada have progressed for the first time ever into the quarterfinals of Copa America. Well done, Canada. Everybody should go buy a Tim Hortons. Just kidding. All right, before we jump in, I do want to say a quick, big thank you to our partners. A big thank you to Soccer World. A big thank you to Next Level Training. A big thank you to the Football Doc. A big thank you to Michigan Jaguars FC. And a big thank you to Thomas McGee's. Hey, if you're still looking for a place to watch all the games, it's Thomas McGee's downtown Detroit. All right, do me a huge favor, guys. Jump in, put your comments in. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about Greg Burhalter. We're going to talk about Gareth Southgate. We're going to talk about the leading goal scorer of this tournament, the Euros, OG, strikes again today with another fabulous goal. I tell you what, that guy's on fire. Chelsea have made inquiries and are preparing a bid of up to £200 million for the OG goal striker. All right, listen, I do want to say, put in those comments, but let's introduce the boys. Nate and Danny. Danny's a little forlorn right now, and Nate's under a hood. What's going on there, fellas?
I'm not wearing an England shirt tonight. As you can see, I'm wearing an Inter Miami shirt tonight. That tells you my mood. That tells you my mood. I'm not a happy camper.
You like that Biscuits goal?
Biscuits goal?
Like them biscuits?
Yes.
Sergio Biscuits goal?
Yes.
Yeah, best player in the world, Sergio Biscuits.
I don't.
Best player in the world, best midfielder in the world, Sergio Biscuits.
I would not be unhappy if we talked MLS for 2 hours tonight.
Hey, you want to talk MLS for 2
Whoa,
hours?
whoa. Don't tempt Brooks.
No, we're good. We don't have any Copa to talk about. That's a stupid tournament. And I mean, Germany did awesome. But then we can just segue right into MLS.
100%.
100%.
Want to talk about how Stuttgart just sells everyone too?
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or we could talk about Inter Miami winning the MLS Cup.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or we could talk about some of the Euros, just not England.
Just not the England one.
All right.
USL?
We can talk about
We
Switzerland.
can talk about USL. I tell you what, tonight could be a special show because, Brooks, I'll even let you talk about fucking lacrosse, mate.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice.
Whoa,
You tell me I should have worn my...
Are we gonna steep so low? Right in the order of hierarchy of crap we don't want to talk about. Does it go? MLS we talk about a bit, but does it go Bundesliga, then German national team, then USL,
French League,
then French League,
MLS.
then high school?
Then we can talk
High
about...
school.
You put lacrosse below high school?
Then
Oh no, lacrosse. Wait, hold on, lacrosse. My daughter's 2014 team.
Oh, boy.
Craig's son's 2015.
the presidential debate,
Actually, that was kind of funny.
and then England underneath that.
Oh, I got a good story about that too.
We'll get you a story.
My adventures in Atlanta.
We'll get your Atlanta adventures. We are going to talk about that. All right, Brooks, how are you, buddy? What's the shirt you're wearing? Explain to everybody.
Oh, it's a San Diego Loyal. Unfortunately, they are no longer a club in USL Championship, but they had a sale at the end of last year to get their jerseys out, so I bought a few, and it's a nice alternate jersey. You know?
That's a very nice jersey. All right, we are going to jump in. Hey, listen, before we start the show, I do want to say condolences to some folks in the soccer community who lost someone special this past week. Mr. Ben Leitner lost his father, and Mr. Sammy Pirani also lost his father. Condolences from the We Are Soccer group here for you and your families, Nate.
So it was just it was a weekend of real crap because I found out at the same time on about 3 hours before I went to go see the game that a good friend of mine passed away who actually helped me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Get everything done in Germany.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And actually get on the team that I was playing on.
Yeah,
that was.
Was it one of the good buddies that saw you off before you left for America?
No,
back home?
No. He was just someone who helped me and my family get very much situated. And the crappy thing about it is, he is a friend of a coworker of mine, and I had to break the news to him. And and
never fun.
Yeah.
Never fun. So condolences out to those families. Some of those in the Michigan soccer community. The Michigan soccer community shows up for our own. All right, let's jump into some more crap. England versus Slovakia. That game today. Oh my, England. Gareth Southgate was the tactical genius that engineered this comeback. No, I'm sorry. I think we've all seen that Gareth Southgate has no idea what he's doing with tactics. Somehow he has been able to take the Golden Boot winner from the Bundesliga, one of the best players in the world, Jude Bellingham, one of the young best players in the Premiership, Cole Palmer, the Premiership's voted best player, Phil Foden, and turn them into garbage. Those folks get the ball, and they're not really sure what to do. It's either sideways or backwards. Let's hold the ball. No creativity, no space. They can't create shots. England got bailed out by, I'll say, a little bit of luck. Don't get me wrong. That has to happen. But thank goodness Jude Bellingham produced a little bit of magic there and a beautiful bicycle kick. Listen, there's no doubt about it. England were poor. In that first half, they could have been down 2-0. They picked up yellow cards left and right. In the first 5 minutes, they had 2 yellow cards. The referee, I thought, was spot on with a couple of them. No complaints on the reffing. Just England were crap. Just crap.
You do realize at a certain point in that match, there was literally a yellow card every 4 minutes.
Oh, God.
Until they got past the 25th minute. I believe it was every 4 or 5 minutes there was a yellow card.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was horrendous from England, to be honest. Players that just didn't understand what was required, it felt like. It really did feel like they didn't know what to do. The manager just kind of put them out there with some orders, and they didn't understand it. Danny, you are visibly upset about this game. And I'll tell you what, my dad, staunchly English, loves England, was rooting against England from about the 60th minute on. He was rooting for Slovakia because he goes, if we lose here, Southgate's out. He goes, and I think that's a positive.
I think he's out anyway. I think he's out regardless.
Yeah, he has to be, because this is bad.
I don't think you can justify to the FA that type of performance level after what you've done at a tournament. But, I will say this. I'll say a few things. Actually, I'll say a lot of things.
Go for it.
So there's no denying that whether it be luck or whether it be previous tournaments, there's no denying in terms of, and we talked about this last week, in terms of progression in tournaments, he's the most successful English manager we've had over a period of time.
How sad is that?
It's sad, right?
It's sad because look at the squad he has. I mean, that's what's carried them so far. It's not him.
The second thing I'll say is this, and I'm really interested to see what his reaction's going to be to this. The best player on the field today was an 18-year-old that stepped onto the field today for the first time in a European debut in a major tournament, and he was the best player on the field today.
I don't know about best player on the field, but I thought he played well.
Best player in an England shirt. Forget the Slovakia team.
I thought he played well. There were a couple misplay passes, or what are you doing, or that's not required there. But he played well. He played well.
And I don't think that Bellingham, Kane, and Foden can play in this team together. I don't. And it reminds me
I was
of
about to say-
Gerrard, Lampard, and Scholes.
We're getting back to that again, aren't we? The three most creative midfielders somehow can't do it together.
It was trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and I said to my kids were on the couch last year. I was texting with a bunch of buddies from Liverpool, and I said to him, like I think just before halftime, what did I say? I said take Kane off, Kane off, play Bellingham as a false 9, move Foden into the middle, bring on Gordon and bring on Palmer.
So essentially, what you were going to do is go to a straight 4-4-2. Create more room up top by bringing Kane off and putting Bellingham higher on the.
Kane was doing absolutely nothing. You know, the funny thing is I was like, okay, bring Kane off,
and then
he scored.
Yeah, but he did freaking miss one header about the 6-yard mark where you're like, what the? How did he scores those for fun in the Bundesliga? How's he miss that? Yeah, Nate.
So, I tried calling you prior to the match.
I had a game myself today, so.
And I sent you a text and said that I don't know about putting in Menu.
Mm-hmm.
I think starting him right off the bat, only just because throwing him in that type of environment without a build-up.
He was great.
And I'm going to say this, I was wrong, and you're right, and he should have been man of the match because he had 96% passing success, so he basically matched like what Toni Kroos's performance has been this whole tournament.
Oh, I wouldn't put it on Kroos level. Oh my, Kroos has been the player of the tournament. Like
he had
stand
96% pass success rate.
Give me a compliment.
Take
the compliment.
Same position.
And I'm disagreeing with it. I think he had a good game, but I don't think he's on Kroos level.
96%. I'm going to just mute you for a second. 96%.
You can say it all you want. I get that, but he's nowhere near Toni Kroos.
Did I say he was near Toni Kroos? Because what I said was
he's just talking.
He was on par to Toni Kroos throughout
statistically.
Statistically. He also had one shot and one chance that he created. And you want to know who also only had one shot and one chance created?
And the one that went in? You mean the goal, the one that was scored? The goal? Tie the game?
So, unlike your best player in the world, he didn't lose the most duels, they
play a different position.
We're going to go into that again? Okay.
I thought Bellingham.
We're going to go in that?
I thought Bellingham was horrific today.
He lost the most duels within the match, which, by the way, is the third time in a row on any player on either side that he's losing the ball the most when trying to take players one-on-one.
I'll tell you the reason. I'll tell you one of the only reasons that England won that game today was one, the goal in stoppage time to equalize it completely deflated them, and they were already tired because they'd ran their socks off.
Slovakia have 3 players that are 35 and older.
Yeah,
they were dead on their feet.
They were dead on their feet at the end of the game.
Dead on their feet.
And Lingard came out in that first 5-10 minutes.
The number 3 center back just didn't follow Jude in that role. He just stood still as the ball came flicked in, and he just stood there and didn't follow his mark. And
I said 2 things when I was watching that game with a friend. When Ivan Toney went in, I go, if he touches the ball, it's going to be a goal from somewhere, somehow.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yep.
Real quick. What in the F is Ivan Toney getting subbed in the last 2 minutes of the game?
I didn't understand that one.
What was the point of Ivan Toney? If you want him there for penalty kicks, you sub him in the extra time.
No, you think it like
you've got other players, and he hasn't played yet.
No, but you think about what what he's done at Brentford, right?
Yeah.
Like late goals, late games, throw-ins. Brentford have got a large throw-in, big one.
Yeah.
Launch it into the box. He usually gets on the top of it with a header, and he provided the redirect for Kane's goal.
Yep.
So,
and that's what I meant. If he touches the goal,
I was like, at halftime, I went to the bathroom and I came back and I went, he's got to make changes. Like Palmer's got to be coming on number 1.
You would think
Kane's coming off. Ollie Watkins is coming on because we're not stretching him at all, right? We're not stretching him at all. And I thought Watkins has got to come on. Palmer's got to come on. Something of that nature, and to send out the same 11,
just asinine.
I was like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, right?
Even at a youth level, you wouldn't do that.
And it was not least of the fact that 2 games ago, right? He took off Trent Alexander at halftime and brought on Gallagher.
Yeah.
So he has done it before. He has made substitutions at halftime.
Right.
So the other thing I said is if this thing goes into added time,
England
they're done because they don't have the bench, they don't have the players, they had enough to take them 90, and that was about it. And then after that, they were gassed and done. But I mean, I'm glad to see England do it and go forward. I mean, they clearly have the best front four in this whole tournament. You could see it in the 3 goals that they've had in 4 games in regular time. They're just lighting these top end teams up like nobody's business.
Yeah,
like everyone. I mean, that Serbia, they took to Serbia, ranked 32. Denmark 21, Slovenia 57, Slovakia 45. They're just popping in goals like crazy with this magnificent front four. Can't stop scoring. They can't stop scoring
the goals.
4 goals in
it does
4 games.
It does set up a very nice quarterfinal match
against
Switzerland. Switzerland, by the way,
is
okay.
top 19 team.
Okay,
Switzerland played very Italian-like against the Italians. Italy were
let's not get carried away about Switzerland. All right, they played a really, really, really poor Italian side the other night.
The worst Italian team I think I've ever seen.
Like a really poor team.
When was the last time you've seen an Italian team, a national team like that, in the last 10 minutes, down a goal or two, just give up?
Well, you and I were texting backwards and forwards. It's just like going. I couldn't believe what I was watching. There was no urgency. There was no, But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. The idea. I'll tell you what, Stephen, the bigger decision, right? We're talking about this today. I'll tell you what the bigger decision is, to leave Marcus Rashford and Jack Grealish at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you want players to come on and run at people, like you want players to come on and run at their back line, like Palmer's a great player, don't get me wrong, and he changed the game, and if he doesn't start against Switzerland, there's something wrong.
You nailed it.
Right? Yep. So he has to start against Switzerland, but if you bring on a Grealish or you bring on a Rashford, you know what you're getting. They're going to run at people.
Was there a need for a double pivot 6 with Rice and Mainu today? Was there a reason? Was there a need for that? It almost seemed like there was.
He likes it though, doesn't he?
He does. He's stuck in it, and it's just
he likes
it wasn't
it.
needed. It's one of the Nathan Clark, coach at the Jags, was texting with me. He says, "I don't understand the need for that. It's pointless."
The only thing
I agree.
The only thing that I can think of, talking in like coaching terminology of myself and coaching games and stuff like that, when you don't have a back four that you're completely comfortable with, you like that assurance and that little bit of
Well, now the back four against Switzerland's going to change because Gahey is out. He picked up another. He picked up 5 minutes into the game today. He picked up a yellow card, so he's suspended.
Me personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No, I don't think so because you've got other players like Ezri Konsa who can fill in. Konsa came in for the last.
I don't even think you do. I don't even think you do that.
You just play a 3?
No, I mean I would to be honest with you, Walker's played as a centre back in a 3 for England. There's no reason to suggest that you can't play centre back.
So you could have you're going to have Walker, Stones, and then you're not going to say Trippier on the left, right?
No, Shaw will be back for the next game. I'm certain of it. So absolutely certain.
I don't know. Do you want to put? When was the last time he played a game? When was the last time he played?
A ripe 11 months ago. It's easy to shake that right out.
At this point in the tournament, what have you got to lose? Really,
just shake. So I'm going to go back to you guys crapping on Italy. You guys understand that Spain, who's probably one of the best teams right now in this league, form-wise, only got 1 goal on them, and they took it to Croatia. So
that game,
I would say,
team.
Okay, and so is England. And my point is they've had a harder road into this than you guys.
That game against Switzerland, though, Italy were horrific.
Yeah, because Switzerland made them look bad.
But Switzerland's not exactly a Spain
apparently they're better because they're able to put 2 in against Italy. So apparently they're better, actually.
With the best goalkeeper in the world, by the way. Italy had the best goalkeeper in the world at this point, I think, in this tournament.
Yeah.
And they could have had 5 goals.
We always get this, though. Like, it's not new. We could have been sat here 10 years ago when England got knocked out by Iceland.
Yeah.
Like, Switzerland knocking out Italy is just it's an underdog thing. It's not because Switzerland are better as a nation.
I think we'll find out how good Switzerland really are on Saturday when they face England in the quarters.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. You guys are fine. Best front four in the league. You guys are like scoring goals.
I don't think, honestly.
Jan Sommer is a joke of a goalkeeper. Yeah, he's just easy to score.
I don't think
underrated.
I think
he's a joke. It's cool. He'll score a lot.
I think those players have walked into that dressing room today and they would have looked at each other, every single one of them, knowing that where they've been over the last 4 to 6 years in major tournaments under Southgate, they would have looked at each other saying, gone, fucking hell, lads, like, that was shit.
Yeah.
Like, that was absolutely shit. We cannot play like that again.
Like they didn't do that against Slovenia? Like, they didn't do that when they couldn't score against Slovenia? But now's the wake-up call.
There's a difference in group stage games between a knockout. Big difference in group stage games compared to a knockout game.
England could have afforded to play at 40-50% in group games and crawled through.
They did play at that.
And they crawled through.
Exactly.
And got as a number one seed
poorly today
in the group.
Right? They played poorly today, still won a game, which is the mark of a great team, by the way. When you play poorly and you can still pull a result out, it's a mark of a great team.
Yeah, they're great.
There's great players in that team.
It's just concerning that
it's the manager's the problem.
Yeah. So
wait a minute, hold on.
I think it's easy to blame the manager.
Yeah, well, all right, Burhalter fan over there. Chill. Yeah, Nate, go ahead. You were going to say something.
Just go ahead, and then I'll make my opinion here.
So, if the players are so great, why are they allowing the manager to stifle them?
Why are they allowing the manager to stifle them? I think they're trying to play the manager's the tactics he's put in.
If the player's so great, why are they allowing the manager to
Because
stifle
if you
their
don't
creativity?
carry out the manager's
he's going to
orders,
do what? He's going to do what now?
You
not
asked the
play
question.
them in the tournament?
Yes. He's not going to play them.
So
he's not going to play them. If a player is not carrying out your orders as the manager, you sit him and find someone who will.
I don't believe that though with Southgate. I don't believe that.
Hold on, Nate. I got to hear this. What do you mean?
I don't believe that. If you disobeyed his orders, he doesn't have the balls enough to switch him.
He didn't take Jack Grealish to a major tournament.
He doesn't have the balls to do it. He ain't replacing Kane, Saka, and all those guys. He isn't doing it. And if he does it, everyone's gonna give a backlash.
He brought Saka off at halftime the other day, so that's a bold statement.
He brought Saka off at halftime, and as Danny said earlier, he brought Trent Alexander-Arnold off because I don't think Trent Alexander.
He's like Burhalter. He's like Burhalter. He won't change unless like an injury or something. Or a red card or whatever.
I don't know if I agree with that. Nate, you were going to continue.
No, I'm just saying it's either A, the players are so slap nuts great that they're allowing a manager to dictate how they play, which doesn't tell me they're a great player because no one tells Messi or Ronaldo how to play.
Tell you what, let me ask you a question. Right, if your players didn't do what you asked them to do, what would you do?
In a major tournament?
If your players directly disobeyed you, directly did not follow instruction, what would you do?
If we won the game, I wouldn't care.
No, in the middle of a game.
You actually think those England players are going to turn around to their manager and go,
no, apparently you guys are saying that the Southgate's tactics are so bad that the players are having to overcome them. I'm saying the
his tactics. I said his decisions were poor.
Okay.
Personnel decisions.
So if he wins it, then is it because he's a bad manager?
Listen, what I'm going to say here is...
What rabbit hole did we just go down?
I don't know, but...
I'm asking you a simple question.
Was it started by Brooks' bullshit?
In the last 5 minutes of a game, it's all hands on bars, right? It's all balls to the wall. We got to go. And I think that's when England actually became very good. The last 5 minutes, they just said, we got to do whatever we can do and screw tactics, do whatever you can do because it looks good when the ball goes in the net, right? So... I think that's what ends up happening. England looked good for the last couple of minutes. They put balls in there. They got some shots. Declan Rice hit the post. It worked. I think they are trying to carry out this manager's orders and tactics, and it's just not working. I don't think he knows what he's doing, to be honest.
So his tactics is, hey, Jude, I want you to lose the ball 10 times trying to take on players.
That's not a tactic. That's not something.
No shit. It's not a tactic.
Why would?
So he's just not good enough. Thank you.
So you're telling me one of the best players in the world who played for Real Madrid?
No. You keep saying he's the best player in the world. Nobody else in this room is saying that.
I said one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, maybe 1 in 100.
Is he not up for the Ballon d'Or? Is he not up for the Ballon d'Or?
So is Messi probably this year.
Is he not up for the Ballon d'Or, the best player in the world trophy?
Okay, great.
Okay.
How many other players are up for the Ballon d'Or? Just out of curiosity.
Right now, there's 3.
How many?
Well, I think officially 7.
Okay.
Listen.
Cool.
Top 3, and one of them is on his team.
Yeah.
Yes, Brooks. Hands up. Yes.
Yes. Well, I just don't want to disrupt anyone. Listen, for me, I think the greatest athletes and teams in the world that have won championships, you play within the system, but there are times as a players where you disregard if you feel like there's something better on the field that you see, and I think that's what the English players don't do enough of. And I think a lot of it in soccer It's got to obey the manager, got to do this, and it's the same thing with the U.S. men's national team. I talk
get
about
it.
all
I
the
get
time.
that.
I'd absolutely love you to sit there and say that in front of Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp or Jose Mourinho or Carlo Ancelotti and see what their reaction to that would be.
I mean, I think if it's a result that happens and goes their way, I think they're fine with it, honestly. And if they feel like that was the right situation for the
Managers
player to
have got
do that in,
egos just like players, Brooks.
I do want to get back
the best players, and when you're in tournaments like this, have to do their own thing and pivot sometimes. And the English team does not do that. And the best teams that do that in this tournament will end up winning. I'm sure the Germans just don't play the same exact way.
Of course.
And same with the Spanish.
Of course, as coaches, we want players to have capability to make their own decision-making on the field, right? It's a player's game at the end of the day. Yes or no?
But you're just joysticking guys if you say you have to stay within the same thing.
I didn't say that. I just said that we want our players to have the capability to make their own decisions on the field in the game.
You do,
right?
but you should let them decipher things.
The manager still sets the style of play.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't break the style when you feel like something's not working within that said style.
All right. Well, I think we can agree to disagree, but
So I agree with him, and that's my point, and what I've been trying to make here the whole time with your awesome cast of middle European teams that are none of them are in the top 20. That the best front four that you dubbed in the world. Remember that? The best front four. It's the best
six.
front four. Okay,
Six.
so even better. Best front
You
six.
said six, yeah.
It's 4, 6. Best front 10. Best team we ever seen. It's coming home. Look at how slappy we are. Look at how grand spanking good we are. You guys can't muster up more than one goal in regulation. You can't.
Did we
no,
need
you
to?
can't. Yeah, you. Oh, you did. Did we need to? I don't know. Today you almost did, didn't you? Didn't you?
did we need to?
Didn't you?
Did you not?
Didn't you? If the ball didn't got cleared properly, we're not having this conversation. So get off the high horse. This is why everyone hates England. Then you guys cry, oh, I don't understand why everyone hates you. Because of comments like that. No, you did. You did. Or the players aren't executing. Everyone's looking at Southgate. Southgate, I think, is putting out some of the better lineups that he's had this whole time. So hold on. If they didn't need to, he didn't need to get them all the way to the 8th, right?
To the what?
To round. He's last 8 teams is him, isn't it? He's one of your most successful managers so far within these international tournaments. Is he not?
He's limped over the line.
He's limped over the line. Did he need to? Did he need to?
He got
Did he
there.
need to?
One of the most
Did he need
successful
to?
managers
Understand
in
what
England
you need to?
history. and it's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
So is it the players that are all supposed to be world class, so grand,
Playing a world-class league.
slap ass,
one
awesome?
of them plays in the Bundesliga and was the.
But the majority of that team playing the toughest league in the world, right? And you still struggle against, Slovakia, which don't play even in quite the league.
So what does that tell you? We have some of the best players. You just said.
Yeah, they're not
best
performing.
players
That's what it
in the
tells you.
world.
Yes.
So whose fault is it
That
that they're
means
not performing?
it's the
Not
players.
the manager.
It's not the manager's fault. Not the manager's fault. There's some of the best players in the world, in the best leagues in the world.
No, because if
and
you're
it's
that
not the
caliber,
manager's
you
fault.
break what happens and you do what you need to do to win the game.
Okay.
So I'll go back to my.
You think Michael Jordan all the time listened to Phil Jackson and said, we got to do this? No, fuck no. Fuck no, he didn't do that. He was like, I'm taking the fucking ball to the hole, getting the and1 and finishing off this damn game.
So I'll go back to my
You
original.
gotta be a killer, Craig. You gotta be a killer. A killer. Come on.
That's not in me, I guess.
Come on.
I'll go back to my original question that I was trying to get to. Is it his fault that they lose, or is it his fault if they win? And you have to pick one now.
I have to, huh?
Yeah, not after the fact. You're going to blame the guy after the fact?
We won, and I don't think it's his. I think it's his fault that we didn't win by more. I think it's his fault. I think
Okay.
it's. I think the manager.
So when he wins it, it's going to be his fault.
I think we're going down a really slippery road here. So let me just steer this shit back onto, central footing here before we crash
right,
into
Captain.
mountains and
Say
shit.
ship or shit.
All right, Captain.
Yes, ship. Let's clear this shit or ship back into central.
I thought Craig was the captain.
Yeah, sometimes. Go for it. What do we got?
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think there's culpability on both parts. When you look at the manager and you look at some of the decisions in personnel that he's made, I think there's culpability there. I think we're all scratching our heads sometimes thinking, what is he trying to get out of this team by the decisions that he makes? I mean, it was, 62 minutes before he made a substitution today, and things were clearly wrong.
Correct.
They weren't going anywhere. And so you're scratching your head thinking, okay. And then
The only reason he made that one change is because Trippier was injured.
and then he makes that switch, right? Right. And instead of bringing Saka off, who had been poor the entire game, decides to bring off Trippier, who was injured and needed to come off.
Yeah.
And put Bukayo Saka at left back.
Yeah, made no sense.
I mean, it made no sense to me.
He's played
no
there
sense.
before.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. They said in the announcement, if you watch the game, he
Bukayo
has
Saka is
he
a
has played
right winger
He
with
has
a
played
left
at left
foot.
back before.
Brooks, I've
Not.
played,
Oh my
Brooks,
word!
Brooks, I've played every single position on the field at some point. Doesn't mean I'm a left back.
In the middle of a major tournament,
If you can get service from him and then get forward, why not?
What did he bring to that game at left back?
He's at least a danger on the field in case you
Nothing.
need something.
Nothing.
Nothing.
He didn't do anything.
What else did you have to put at left back?
Anything but that.
Esri
He was
Konsa.
poor.
Esri
Esri
Konsa,
Konsa
who came
would've
on in overtime, extra time.
So in between all this yelling and screaming, I'd just like to say that, Danny, that was a very neutral statement. It's neutral like a Swiss.
I wasn't really finished, to be honest with you, because Brooks started to, interrupt me.
Go on.
Which we'll have another conversation by the phone tomorrow. We'll get bollocks off Craig for interrupting me.
man.
Go on. He clearly was more of like an invading European country.
He was. He thought he was a pirate jumping on my ship that was trying to steer the little
not,
shit.
not neutral like a Swiss.
Yeah, he's a twat sometimes.
You know.
All right, finish your thought, and then we're gonna get back on track.
So
here, yeah.
no, it just the manager's got culpability in some of the selection issues or selection changes. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't. Why Kyle Walker can play left back, Trent Alexander can play right back.
Yep.
I don't understand why Trippier's on the field. He's offered nothing.
And even
Has Alexander played since that first game?
he played in the second
Yeah.
game, came off halftime. But
Okay.
you know what? The one thing that he used to offer is free kicks and service from free kicks, right? And he didn't take them today. Trippier didn't take them.
No, Foden did, but
Right.
I think.
So what was he on the
again,
field for?
Again, there's just there's culpability on Southgate's part for personnel decisions. I don't think playing Foden wide right, wide left works. Foden needs to be central.
Yep.
So if they're gonna go with a 3 with Bellingham at the tip of it, then Mainu has to come out and Foden has to come into the middle and Gordon has to start or Palmer has to start. But they need to inject life into the team. And then the other part is the players as well. I thought, there were certain moments today. I mean, the last 5 minutes where they put Slovakia under a little bit of pressure and scored the goal off the corner from Bellingham's just unbelievable goal, fantastic. And then in extra time, they were great. But at some point, they've got to flip the switch. They really have to flip the switch now, right? And if they
really
don't,
do.
on Saturday against the Swiss, it'll be a difficult game.
Yeah, and it'd be an embarrassment to lose to
they'll
Switzerland.
Swiss
by the
you
way.
up.
It would be an
If you
embarrassment.
I don't think there's anybody in this room, and this is my last statement. I don't think there's anybody in this room. If you were sat down with the organisers of UEFA, right, 6 weeks before the tournament, you were Gareth Southgate, and they turn around and go, Gareth, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do for you. You're going to avoid Portugal, Germany, Spain, France, all on that side of the bracket. You're going to avoid them all. Germany, you're going to avoid them all, and you're going to have to go through Slovakia, the Swiss, the Netherlands, Italy. I think you would have taken your blood. You would have bit his hand off.
Yeah.
And gone, yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that.
He absolutely would have given everything for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Just
I agree.
You can go back to a major tournament final here if you just flip a switch.
Just play the right way, the way the English should be playing. Last comment, Brooks.
No. A few comments from our viewers.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yes,
Let's read off those comments, please.
Yes.
Online comments, thank you.
Michael Tyson, question for obviously everyone. Will the Bellingham goal go down as one of England's greatest goals of all time?
I heard Harry Kane say that after the game, and I don't think so. I think it was a great goal, but not one of England's greatest goals of all time.
No, the greatest goal in England's history right now is probably
Is it a Beckham free kick?
no.
Maybe
It's
one of the
probably one
World
of
Cup,
the
Jeff Hurst
one of the
goals
Jeff
or
Hurst goals at
yeah.
the '66 World Cup
Yeah.
or Beckham's goal against Greece. That
Yeah,
was probably
one of those.
Yeah.
No. You guys missed the mark on that. It was
Oh, good lord. Here we go.
Green's goal when Dempsey hit him with the ball and it rolled off.
Right, yeah.
Right,
All right,
yeah.
next question, next comment.
From Mr. Don Hobley, Foden on the wing is about as good as his haircut.
Ooh, well done. I like that.
We did say that, Don. Thank you very much for that. I did say he doesn't play well in the wing.
Is that
centrally?
Yeah. And then one from Kirk Johnson here.
Kirk.
Coach's job is to set the tactical strategies and plan situation, the best way to defend or attack. Other practice is and to keep the players mentally and physically readiness for the game. So that's their other job too. That's what he's saying.
Yep. All right, we got a lot to get to. We got to talk about Spain and how class they looked against Georgia, and it's kind of sad to see Georgia exit the tournament. It's been fun to watch them. We're going to talk about Germany and Denmark and that game that's coming up between Spain and Germany later this week. So we will be right back.
All right, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next to what?
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Game yesterday, Germany over Denmark 2-0. The Danish were not happy with some of the decisions that were made. I do want to know. Listen, there was a spell of about 90 seconds where Denmark put the ball in the net, but it was ruled offside, and then all of a sudden there's a penalty down the other side, and it was a penalty in my opinion. It was a handball. The ball changed direction. It affected the play. The guy's arm was up. In my opinion, it's a penalty. I've seen a lot of people in our Facebook group say it shouldn't have been a penalty, and it's what is a handball and what is this? And people in the room here, what are we thinking? We going handball? What happened?
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to first say that Michael Oliver's a dick. And
Yeah, I think we'd all agree with that.
and his whole English, contingent
Yeah.
at this tournament in the Premier League are awful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rewind to your mental recaps in your brains, right? To about the third week of the Premier League season. So
Oh,
we're
good
going
Lord, here we go, yep.
back.
Way
Way
that's a lot of
back.
stuff,
Manchester
man.
United away at Tottenham.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Garnacho turns inside from the left, inside the box,
I know what he's talking about.
puts a ball into the box, going for goal. Romero's arms out like this.
I remember that one, yeah.
Hits full on his hand.
Yep.
Referee says no penalty.
Yeah.
Have a guess who the referee was?
Yeah, Mr. Michael Oliver.
Mr. Michael Oliver. Today,
Maybe-
it literally, the guy's arms here, and it literally clipped his thumb.
But you could see the direction of the ball change
Yeah, but
slightly.
it clipped
slightly.
his thumb.
Yeah, I get
Where
it.
was the ball going?
I get it, absolutely get it.
Where was the ball going?
No, I mean, nowhere.
Ball was going out the back of the 18-yard box. It was absolutely ridiculous decision.
Yeah, from a center forward's perspective who crosses the ball and hates where arms get in the way, this is not a natural position. And I listen, I agree. The Garnacho one should have been a handball. Romero one should have been a handball. I get that.
Absolutely freaking hate Landon Donovan. Hate the guy. But the commentary on it
I like
was,
him.
If you're going to be consistently bad,
Yeah.
then be consistently bad, and that's okay. Everybody can accept it.
Yeah.
And actually, to be honest with you, I actually started to look at Michael Oliver in a different light then and just kept you an absolute tit.
He is. And he made... The VAR was English as well. The whole crew was English, and it made it just typical Premiership VAR refereeing crap.
That American
Now-
referees maybe might be
Now,
different.
they're not allowed to be at the Euros, Brooks, because it's the Euros, and they're not very good either. Find me a good American referee.
Well, I think MLS and VAR have done a pretty good job. So
I'll disagree.
What I just find comical is that the Premier League refs are the ones that take the longest to make any VAR calls.
Right.
Everyone else is like this.
Right.
They're like literally
Yeah.
this, like
100%.
seconds. And then like you get to the English guys and they're like,
Foden's offside today was like 30 seconds.
though, to be fair, in that U.S. game
It was-
the other day,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
pretty long
30
for some of those.
Now, Nate, how did Germany play in this game?
fucking dominated.
Did they deserve a 2-0 win? I thought
Could have been a lot more.
I thought Denmark were all right as well.
Really? You thought that? Like, you thought they dominated that much?
Yeah.
I didn't.
And I must have been
didn't.
smoking pot.
Yeah, I
watching
didn't.
the game. I thought they were poor.
No, I thought
I didn't think. I think they just
Okay.
got through and did what they needed to do.
I thought Schmeichel played a hell of a game. I thought he had couple real clutch saves that that saved the day from it being 3-4-0.
It sounds like you're going with a 10 out of 10 performance, and Danny and I are looking at it like it's like a 6 to 7 out of 10.
I mean, I thought the back line played absolutely superb. I thought Rudiger is like a man in form right now.
Can we all agree that he dives all over the place, Rudiger? He's rolling around when someone breathes on him, and it's again. You're a big, tall, strong man.
He also
Stay on your feet, buddy.
Don't you do that too sometimes?
No, never.
No? Now when someone breathes on you?
No, I like to kick people.
Oh, okay.
That's my new thing. Sorry to anybody I kicked today. Apologies. No, seriously.
He also
apologies.
dives right into and wins the ball quite enough.
But
and
you understand what I'm
successfully.
saying.
I know what
right?
you're saying.
Yeah, there was a couple of
I know what he's
instances
saying.
where you're like, oh, shit, he could be in trouble. He's screaming off to the medics
Right,
here,
but
and you're like,
the one time where he was fist pumping and yelling up in the air, that wasn't for injury. That was because he was pumped up on the
no,
yeah.
yeah.
And then there was the other one where he did get kicked a bit, and then
Yeah, but there was one where you saw the replay, and you're like, Rudiger, you didn't get touched. And he's screaming on the rolling with his hand in the air, screaming for the medics. And after 30 seconds, he's up and running around again. You're like, you're a big, strong man. I don't think you need to do that.
He's tough
anyway,
when he needs to be.
I thought Germany were good, not great. I thought Denmark put up a nice fight. I think they have something to be upset about with officials and referees.
I honestly thought up until the Denmark disallowed goal, I thought it was a fairly even game.
Yeah.
I thought Denmark, had the goal gone in, the offside gone in,
That would have been a different game.
it could have been completely changed.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as Germany scored the first, it opened
Yeah, it was
Denmark up.
Yeah.
Denmark opened up.
Yeah.
Started to take a few more risks, and Germany punished them.
Yep. And now we've got a mouth-watering game this Friday, Germany versus Spain. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better matchup in the quarterfinals. I think the Germans are going to be – I think they could get punched in the face here. I think Spain are absolutely brilliant.
I think Spain are good. I just think that they are not as good as Germany.
I think Germany have control. I think Germany are good. They're composed, but they haven't really had any adversity yet. I think Spain can provide that. I mean, Yamin Lamal on the right-hand side is quicker than anybody I've seen.
They're a very different team, Spain, than they were at previous tournaments. They're a lot more direct. There's not a lot of possession percentage that we normally see from a Spain team.
They want to go and punch you.
Yeah, they're older in certain positions too.
They want to get forward quickly. You know, they're a little bit more direct.
I love the fact that Rodri's there and can direct it, and I think he's the anchor of that six.
I don't know.
In that middle.
Even Germany's third group game where they got beat, I was critical of them, but again, they were already through.
Oh yeah,
that type of stuff. I thought they did. I thought they did well against Denmark, but I just, it'd be a tight game for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go goal either side, maybe penalties, but I think Germany will prevail.
Yeah, all right. I got to put it to yours then, Danny. Gun to head. Who's winning? Give me a score. Is it tied to penalties and then Germany come out, or give me a score? What do you think? Who wins?
I don't know. I think Germany. I tell you, the goalkeeper of the tournament right now is Manuel Neuer. So
you think so? Because I thought Donnarumma was probably the best goalkeeper I saw in the tournament.
He made some great saves against Denmark. I just think Germany. I think Germany are a lot more defensively solid than Spain are.
Yeah.
They're better in possession. I think Cruz anchoring the midfield and dictating where Germany go. And
best player in the tournament for me has been Toni Kroos. By the way, just phenomenal.
I think just because of Germany's ability to control the game and high possession percentage,
You think they'll pull it out?
I think they'll pull it off, yeah.
All right, Brooks, I'm going to ask you, gun to head, who wins, Germany or Spain? It's in Germany, obviously. Germany is hosting the tournament. Who wins this game?
Well, I'm picking Germany to win it all, so Germany.
Oh, I forgot that. You did pick them all.
Yeah.
Nate?
Looks like I may win.
Give me a score of the game. Germany's winning by what?
Oh, is it my turn to talk now?
He's the Mr. Euro expert. That's what I called him. He's Mr. Euro.
Who's winning that game? It's Germany by what?
Oh, is it my turn to talk again? I
have some fun.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, is it my turn to talk? Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Do we have to? You raise your hand next time. Like
okay, my bad.
Yes.
Okay. So going back to way back, I did think they played well, considering they sat three of the normal starting players that they had. One of the best defenders, sat for and Light to Schlotterbeck because he was on card trouble. Middle Chef also got the.
Did you say he is having car trouble?
Card? He was
Card.
That's what I said.
I was like,
he can't get to the game.
Having
maybe his
him back
car's
in there, it
driving
should
a beater to the
actually
game.
then be a much better match with the pairing, the natural pairing that had been there the whole tournament. So they're going to do a lot better, I think, with Spain against Spain with him back there. Florian Wirtz, Sane, tomato. He's kind of struggled in the match a little bit, and I thought Sane actually played very well in the going forward. So I would probably keep with him because of that pace. But Mittelstedt has got to come back over Rem, and I think that's going to be the X factor. I think Spain is more flashy than Germany, but I think Germany's back four and goalkeeper are better. I think that's going to make it a really, really close game. I'm going to go like a 2-1 Germany. I think it's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very, very close. I don't think Spain can match the physicality. I think when Anderchak gets in there and start just knocking around some of the smaller Spain players and just, physically mauling them around like he's going to, I think they're going to have a lot more trouble than what they've had with some of the other teams in the tournament.
I think player we really didn't mention throughout this whole little section about Germany is Musiala.
Yep.
And he's
You've become a Musiala fan
I've
over the
become a
last
Musiala fan over the tournament,
Because
yeah, 'cause
for Bayern, you were not impressed.
No, I wasn't not impressed at all.
He's almost as good as Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
He you want him at Man United?
Wishes.
But yeah, I mean, I tell you what he does really well. He gets into that space between the opponent's midfield and their back four.
Yep.
And he stretches them, right? And if he gets in between Rodri and that Spain back four, I think they're in trouble.
Even better than that is when I think he gets a ball. He does that very well, but also what I think is very underrated that he does once, twice, maybe three times maybe in 90 minutes is when he gets the ball inside the 18 and he just dances around the defenders and then lays it off to other players. He basically draws 2-3 players to him because he is such a threat, which opens it up for a Kai Havertz, and it's probably why he's having such a great tournament to be able to finish it off and knock it in.
I think the best thing that can happen to this game for entertainment value is Spain scoring first. I think Spain going and putting the ball in the net will
Early goal,
force
team.
Germany. But see, I think if Germany score first, I think they will try to dominate possession and then they will just sit back and soak it up. I think if Spain score first, Spain don't sit back. This isn't old Spain. This is new, flashy Spain. They come out and try to put a second one in the back of the net. I don't think Germany do that if they score first, right? So I think the best thing for this game for entertainment value, again, I don't have a dog in the fight, is for Spain to go out and score first. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. It should be a fun one. Brooks, you got your hands up?
Yeah, Mr. Kirk Johnson says 2-1 to Spain.
Oh, all right. We got a believer in there. All right. Listen, we got a lot more to get to. We're going to talk Canada drawing with Chile.
Boo.
We're talking about USA and Paraguay.
Double boo.
Yeah, another one.
You mean Uruguay?
I'm sorry, Uruguay. Sorry. Yes, Uruguay and USA needing to win to advance. There's without Tim Weah, by the way. We'll talk about that in the Panama game. We'll be right back.
Tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch, play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Good side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
lots and lots to get to. We'll get to the Copa America games and put our thoughts there. We got some fun things coming up. I do want to say we're going to finish off the Euros here. All right, we do know the number one goal scorer in this tournament is Mr. OG, Mr. Own Goal. Here it is. So far, there have been 8 own goals in this tournament. 8. In the Euro 2020 was actually played in 2021 due to all the pandemic and all that good stuff. There was 11 own goals scored. Yeah, that's a lot. There was a fucking lot of goals. And in Euro 2016, there were 3 scored. And Euro 2012, there was 1 single lone OG goal.
Why do you think he's appearing so much now, Craig?
I don't know, Brooks. I don't know, because he
It's
realized
that contract from Chelsea, right?
that Chelsea contract he's trying to get. Yeah. He strikes again today in that Spain game, Georgia game.
Georgia.
Cavacelli.
Careful.
Are you guys buying in on this? The Napoli striker Cavacelli. I'm telling you, no. No, you need to watch some of the Napoli games. This kid can play. He is going to be moving to, I think, one of the big clubs in the world in the next year.
I buy it, but not,
Villa.
I buy it not for the price tag that
100 million worth it.
I don't know.
Worth it.
No, I think they want
100
more than
million's
100 million though.
100 million is like a drop in the bucket these days.
No, I
isn't
think
it?
they want 130. I thought.
So the numbers have been silly. They've been talked about, but I
Yeah.
think if you offer 100 to 110, you get him. But Napoli don't want to sell him. They're trying to talk him into a new contract, and he's refusing to sign a new contract, even though I think he's under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah.
But I'm all in on this kid, man. He is a baller. All right, so here are the games coming up tomorrow. France versus Belgium, noon. That one is another mouth-watering
Kevin
game.
De Bruyne masterclass.
You think so?
God, Tedesco should be fired from Belgium like today. Like, because I know what he's going to do. He's going to be like, all right, Lukaku, let's go. And while Open-End just sitting there going, what about me?
How many?
I'm
What
going.
about me?
I'm going 2-1 Belgium, so I can walk around France on Wednesday with my England shirt on.
It's not going to happen.
That's
You know,
nice.
it's good. It's the France.
How many times is Lukaku going to be offsides?
4.
Yeah, you think just 4, huh?
Lukaku was born offside. I've told you this before.
What's the under/over? The under/over's got to be about 2.5.
Sure, a
so-
betting app has that somewhere.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
We have to look.
Play Open-End. He's much better. Thank you.
Do we really think that Belgium's going to put up a fight against France? I mean,
Tedesco got Schulk relegated. He sure as crap can't do anything with Belgium.
I don't know, mate. Slovakia put up a fight today. Georgia put up a fight.
Yeah,
until
they
the
all
second
put up a
half.
fight.
Yeah. And
You
then we've had upsets, right? Like we said, Switzerland beat Italy, which no one really saw that coming, even though Italy
I
reported.
don't think France have been at it at this tournament.
France
either.
haven't. And they're a different team when Mbappe's not really on form, and he hasn't been
Oh.
on form yet.
Oh, I think he's going to be on form in this game.
Think so? If he's
Yeah.
gonna, he still has to wear the silly mask, right?
That's what makes him on form.
Ooh, I don't think he
A
likes
Ninja
wearing
Turtle?
that mask. Yeah, he's now a true Ninja Turtle. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think he likes wearing that mask.
I don't think anyone does.
No. All right, so that's the 12 o'clock game. The 3 o'clock game is Portugal versus powerhouse Slovenia. Portugal probably win that one about 3-0 or 3-1 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 2-1. I think it's gonna be closer than you think.
Oh yeah. All right. I like it.
Ronaldo's got to turn up at this tournament at some point.
At some point, he has
Just
to.
like
yeah.
Lukaku.
Just like Lukaku has to. If it wasn't for the offside goals, Lukaku.
It's
would
not
be the leading goal
Lukaku. It's
scorer.
La Papu.
Uh,
Le
Oh
Papu.
my word! All right, then in the evening, actually, we're going to jump into Copa America. You got Bolivia versus Panama, and at 9 o'clock, and
Ooh.
then also at 9 o'clock is USA versus Uruguay.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one. Why don't we jump in and talk about that? Listen,
There's nobody in this room that thinks freaking US are going to beat Uruguay.
no,
Hey,
I don't
Danny.
think so either.
You would not get. You're going out tomorrow.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah.
I don't ask much for you in life, but tomorrow, can you ensure that I don't watch that game and take me out somewhere? Just anywhere. Just take me. Just like let's go.
Not to a
anywhere.
sports bar.
Oh no, we could probably go to one of those. No one's gonna have it on. Just take me somewhere. Just take me, Danny.
Well, you better avoid Thomas
Danny.
McGee's because it'll be on down
you want to
there.
sit on the couch and watch Friends?
I would love that. Just like
Pivot. Watch the Pivot commercial, the Pivot episode.
Yeah.
With the couch.
Yeah, the couch one.
anything. We can go see a movie. We can get some popcorn. Maybe one popcorn. Lock hands in the middle as we.
We can go and watch Bad Boys 4.
Oh, nice.
Is that out?
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Not a good
All right.
Disney movie.
Hold on, we're setting something up here. Can we get a recliner chair?
getting a
and
little long.
blanket? It is not getting long.
Let's go.
One pop.
There's no entertainment value with him, is there?
No, there
He
isn't.
just wants to sit there and talk about
Yeah.
soccer all the time. When
That's
sometimes
all
you
I
just
do.
got to have a little bit of fun, and you
Yeah,
just got to
no,
go off the
yeah,
cuff a little
exactly.
bit. And it's okay to a little stray off the road just a little bit. As long as you come back to center, it's okay.
All right.
You know it takes us forever to come back to center. Right, okay.
All right, so it's a date.
Yeah. All right, Nate, tell us about that Panama game that you were at because you went to USA versus Panama.
Yeah.
And we were all expecting a USA win,
Yeah, so was I.
and that didn't happen.
Wait, what?
18 minutes in,
It didn't?
Tim Weah thinks it's a boxing match, and he's throwing punches and gets red carded, and rightly so. And by the way, he's been suspended for an additional 2 games.
Yeah, that's what happens when you punch someone.
So
Let's
And fine $3,000.
Let's go all the way back from the start. So first thing, I met some fine AO Outlaw fans. Danny, I'm glad you're here because these guys, where was the first game at?
what first?
Against Bolivia, USA Bolivia. That was in Texas,
Yeah,
right?
that
They
was
drove
Dallas.
from Texas
Wow.
all the way to Atlanta, then driving to Atlanta and Kansas City. And you don't have no English fans who can do that because they would fly right off the island because that would driving that
What
far.
is he talking about? Anyway,
I'm saying
onwards.
USA is
Did
a little bit bigger.
Did you not see that stadium full of English today?
Yeah, but they
Everywhere-
can't drive there, can they?
Yes, they can.
Never mind. Anywho,
Onwards.
moving on. They cannot drive from Texas to Atlanta, Georgia to watch England play, Danny. Moving on.
They can if they watch on TV.
Moving on.
Onwards.
So I guess they're now hopefully fans of the show because they're like, I must have been on fire. I had a lot of drinks in a short amount of time. And they're like, you have a podcast? We need to follow you. So,
Oh,
gentlemen, if you're watching, thank you for the scarf, and it was great to have drinks with you. The next day, honestly, it was a lot of fun down there. There was an AO party with some Atlanta rappers. There was free Trulies. I had a lot of free Trulies.
that's
Apparently,
your next favorite drink?
sure. Apparently, they had coolers. They're just like, here's a Trulies. And I'm like, okay, can I grab one for my friend? They're like, we don't care. And
What was
I'm
your
like,
favorite?
The one I drank. Anyways,
the one that was labeled free.
so 3 or 4 free Trulies later, we walked right into the stadium. And honestly, I could tell you I understand why the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta, Georgia is getting
All those
a lot
fans
of-
there?
They're
Yeah.
Why they're getting the World Cup.
That is a fantastic stadium.
Yeah.
It is roomy. You could get around. It's like, some indoor stadiums that you struggle to get around. It takes forever to get out. We got in and out real quick and easy. Met Brad Friedel. Got his autograph. And more free drinks.
Nice.
And then also,
I know Brad Friedel.
like personally,
I do.
okay, well, tell him thanks for signing my thing and give me free drinks.
I will.
Anyways, and got a cool Copa Cup. All right, and then the game happened, but that's not important. And then we left, and then we had some more drinks. And it was great.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
For free drinks?
Can I make a request?
Do it to it.
Can you get me my own table over there?
So,
And another camera so that when he's talking, you can just put it on him and I can go to sleep for a
you
time.
want to get some more free drinks?
He wants some Trulies.
All right, onwards.
So, as far as the game goes,
Go with the game. Yeah.
as far as the game goes, I was too drunk and don't care. No, just kidding.
No one would be surprised.
No, it was a disappointing affair. Obviously, I thought I don't know how the Panamanians didn't draw the first red. I wonder if that had anything to do with Tim Way losing his crap and punching a guy. What sucked in the stadium is they showed no replay or explanation of any of the fouls. We literally we were texting you
were
going,
texting me
hey,
going,
Yeah, he didn't know what was going on.
What's going on here? We have no idea. We have no, for any of the VAR replays, any of the fouls, they was completely oblivious to the people in the stadium. They need to do a way better job.
Yeah, that's
than
not
that.
a good thing when you have
That's
to
awful.
text people who are watching it on TV somewhere else.
They didn't even say. They just said. They said nothing. It basically we were trying to figure out what was going on. We didn't know if there was a foul, something being called back, injury, nothing, and then no replays either. So it was just pretty bad.
Yep.
Danny,
you wanted to jump in there? What were you gonna say?
Yeah, we just got a comment from a good friend of mine, David Villette.
Did you see me there?
Oh, yeah, he
Did
has.
you have free drinks?
He didn't see you there, but he said, "Never know. England almost went out to Slovakia."
So Uruguay
He's
could lose
thinking
to USA.
yeah.
Oh no.
And then he's gone, but also the USA team sucks.
Yeah, they do because they have set themselves up quite pretty, to where they could actually even beat Uruguay and still not go forward. So this is awesome. I'm happy for this. This is great. And Burhalter, who knows, will or won't be fired. Don't really care. Just really disappointed. He can do some more back passes. Awesome.
We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. We'll get to the Burhalter stuff in a minute.
If USA beat Uruguay, I will go full on Bart Simpson.
You know what's going to be
Eat your
funny
shorts.
is they'll beat Uruguay 1-0. That's fine. And then Panama will beat Bolivia like 4-5-0 and then go forward.
I mean, it's very possible. Yes, Brooks.
Yes, we have an update from Mr. Don Hobley, who's watching the Mexico-Ecuador game currently.
Ooh, yeah.
So it said, breaking, Copa America, interesting, 9-call, 94th minute off by Ecuador versus Mexico. Mexican player dove in the 98th minute and should have gotten a yellow card. And I think Mexico have to win this to advance, and if they don't, Ecuador will advance out of the group. So,
So far, Mexico and Jamaica are out if they don't do anything. Venezuela and Ecuador are moving forward.
Interesting, eh? Interesting.
I think we picked that, if I'm not mistaken.
I do not know.
So, we live in a world where USA could beat Uruguay 1-0 and be +2.
Yes.
And if Panama beats Bolivia, but by the way, that has -7 overall, hasn't scored a single goal in this tournament. If they beat them by like 3 or 4, they move forward.
If Burhalter has a case of the ass piss tomorrow and can't make the game,
The ass piss.
ass piss, yeah,
Okay.
water dripping from your bottom.
Okay, go on. More
That's not squeaky bum time?
No, completely different things.
If he's got a case, of
Okay.
if he's got a case of the watery diarrheas tomorrow,
Yes.
and he doesn't attend the game, you may have a chance to beat Uruguay.
Yeah, we'll just put in BJ Calhoun, who actually was
Callahan.
great. Yeah, whatever. Him too.
So, all right, lads, got to ask if USA tomorrow, let's just say they get beat 2 or 3-0 by Uruguay, and it very well could happen because Uruguay are a good team. Does Greg Burhalter still have a job at USA Soccer?
Nope.
No.
Conflicting reports say at one Lexi Lawless, who I'm very fond of, and I love dearly, says he should be fired and will be out.
Should be fired.
However,
yes.
a one
Mr. Eric
Winalda, who I also like and quite fond of, but have never talked to, so he says no matter what happens, he's going to keep his job. So conflicting former national teamers.
So I'm going to tell you
I think
right
Eric
now,
Ronaldo likes to stir the pot.
I don't think, as long as they don't lose
Lawless
by more
doesn't.
than 2 tomorrow, he keeps his job. I think if he keeps it respectable, he keeps his job, and USA Soccer just continues moving on. Because everybody, again, in a couple of months, will just be like, they forget about it.
However,
Not a freaking chance.
No.
With the World Cup coming here, the US is going to want to put on a strong showing.
Again,
Can't put on a strong showing with a manager that doesn't know his left leg from his right leg.
Again, I think it's Matt Crocker, the general manager of U.S. Soccer, made this hire himself.
No, he didn't. He did not do it. He was forced.
This was his hire. He was
forced.
Nope.
Forced.
Nope. He
You
has an
don't
out.
know that. You don't know that.
No, he has an out.
Do not know that.
I do know he has an out,
do
Craig.
not.
Craig, I'm in business. I know he has an out.
What does an out mean?
He has a way to get out of this, which is by throw everything on the whole decision on the analytics firm who said hire this guy back.
Yeah.
He can go, I listened to the analytics firm because I was still
So you're
trying
telling
to get...
me it was my
Hold on.
mistake for listening to this
Nope.
analytics firm?
What I'm
and I
saying
hired.
is I just got hired here. I took the advice of the analytics firm and I allowed Burhalter the opportunity to maintain his job through this tournament. He has failed just like the analytics firm did, and now here's my guy, and that guy is going to be
Who comes in?
Caleb Porter.
Okay.
No way.
Jesse Marsh. No, he's dead to me.
No way does Caleb Porter.
Mavropanzo from Hoffenheim.
No. I think he keeps his job. I think they continue on. I think he's made his decision.
The US need to.
They're moving forward.
Who
with
can we
it.
hire, Danny?
US really need to go and just get a big name.
Yeah, Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen
Klopp's not
Klopp
gonna-
is not coming to the US. to
Jurgen Klopp's
coach
not
your
gonna-
You have
business.
all the money, Jurgen.
Stop it.
You have all the money.
If he says a French name, I'm going to throw my shoe at him.
I don't. No, you're done. Danny, who are we hiring?
A big name.
Can I get one?
No, you're not. You don't think you need to. It's not. Burhalter's not being
I'll tell you what.
fired.
Yes,
I'll tell
he
you what- I'll tell
is.
you what, if the US is smart, they go and get Ralph Ragnick.
Ooh, I would love me some Ralph.
Why would he leave Austria?
Money.
Money, prestige, coming here. He's already in a World Cup anyway because US is hosting it.
Sure, yeah.
Ralph
I don't
Ragnick.
know.
I know he could get it as assistant coach.
There is, by the way.
Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Jurgen Klinsmann is not going to be an assistant coach to Ralph Ragnick for the U.S. Now we really have...
He's done with South Korea, so maybe we'll hire him again.
Bizarro world.
Klinsmann.
I'm going to go back to that Crocker statement you made.
know what-
There is no way that was his decision. No way. No chance.
You think he took the job?
No chance. No chance.
He took the
Region
job?
1 Mafia said you hire him or no.
No. Who the
Yes.
hell is 321 Mafia?
Don't you know?
Region 1 Mafia, Craig. The Region 1 Mafia.
Yeah, dude. They're affiliated 1, 2, 3, 4 Mafia.
What the hell are you people talking
You don't know about 1, 2, 3, 4 Mafia, bro?
Matt Crocker was brought in.
I had to walk through 1, 2, 3, 4 Mafia to get in here, man. They're like, "Yo, bro, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just walking, my guy," and I gave him free food, and they let me right in.
So Nat Crocker was hired.
You know the youth soccer regions, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is Region 1. Region 1 controls U.S. soccer, and they said they have to. Everyone besides Klinsmann that's been a national team coach has been from that area.
I get it.
Except for Crocker.
Except for Klinsmann.
Oh yeah.
Except for Klinsmann.
I get that everyone has been.
Crocker had no say in that. It was like, you hire him back.
Klinsmann lived
So
in
did
house
they
in LA.
force him to hire Emma Hayes as well?
No, the
Chelsea?
women's game had nothing to do with anything else. This is the men's game.
So wait a minute.
This
wait,
is
wait,
all
wait,
the
wait,
men's game.
Wait.
They forced him to hire him, and they're like, he could have a second chance. He wasn't. Nothing happened between all that stuff
good
in the
theory.
arenas.
Wait,
Done.
I'm really good at doing this. Just let me 1 minute because I'm also a conspiracy theorist as well.
Yes.
So I
we both like
sometimes
conspiracy
can level with these guys when really silly shit comes out.
Are we going to talk about flat Earth afterwards?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. So you are going to have me believe, okay, I'm going to believe this now.
You're talking to Brooks at this
I'm
point.
talking to Brooks, that Crocker was like, hey, I'm going to leave Southampton, which he wasn't forced out of, which he had other jobs available to him.
Correct.
And other places to go, to come to U.S. Soccer to have a coach forced on me.
Yep. Probably get more money for it anyways, too.
Wait, okay, let me just understand this again.
Yep.
I'm a prestigious coach leaving England.
He wasn't a coach.
Oh, no, sorry,
he
not
was in the
coach.
front
General
office.
manager. Call it a general
Man-
manager.
Scout,
manager.
technical guy.
Yeah. I'm a general manager who is very successful at Southampton, can go wherever I want.
Have they been that successful recently? I mean, they're back
Craig?
in the APL, but I'm
Craig,
just saying.
Danny?
Hey, can I back up your story?
He was highly
Can I
sought
back
after.
up your story here? Are you telling me
Mm-hmm.
that the aliens landing at Roswell actually happened?
They could have. They could have.
Where did we? How did?
See, you understand that
Are you
aliens.
telling me there's actual truth about the JFK assassination?
It could be a little bit, yeah.
Could be
How
a
long?
little-
How long have you
Was.
guys been involved in soccer in the youth game and understand that everything runs around region?
Everything runs through a
I'm
region
a
one
biz-
in New Jersey.
Listen, I am the biggest conspiracy guy you'll ever run into.
Yeah.
This is true.
But you have to have me believe in reality.
You mean?
And I struggle to believe that someone coming from Southampton who was successful and had other opportunities went, I'll take that job. And they went, yeah, but you got to hire this guy. And he went, okay, we're good.
Yep.
Because then what's the end game then?
So he just dropped his ass in Chicago and hired a guy from Chicago. Is that what you're telling me?
No, Burhalter's from Jersey, by the way.
What are you talking about in terms of regions then? Isn't the regional office in Chicago, Illinois?
Was.
US?
You understand the youth soccer regions, region 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's in New Jersey. He's talking about
Region 1's
one
like
is
New York,
Jersey, yeah.
all those
So-
ones up there.
Okay.
My
every
Those are the people that have been very influential throughout the U.S. soccer history with youth and all the way up.
Well, they've done a really poor job then.
Yes,
So-
exactly.
so-
but you realize everyone that has been in there has pretty much been from that region and nowhere else.
Except for Klinsmann.
Like, what was wrong with Jurgen Klinsmann?
I don't
Nothing
like
wrong. Nothing was wrong with Jurgen Klinsmann. I thought he changed
You know,
things.
Jurgen Klinsmann actually made probably the most. Jurgen Klinsmann, in terms of U.S. soccer, I was watching an interview with him years ago. Probably made the most profound statement that I thought was actually true in relation to what I've been through as a.
Okay, is it going to be about MLS? Well, I don't know.
No.
Then what is it? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he made a statement. He said, the problem with American families versus European families is that American families prepare their sons and daughters to go to college.
Yep.
And European families prepare their sons and daughters to be professional athletes.
Correct.
That's the bit, and he said that's the biggest difference.
and
I
he
th- I
was
thought-
hated for being honest.
I literally went, absolutely, because the changes he was trying to make, he was trying to make it more like a European system.
Sure.
And the US went,
Yep.
No, we don't like that. Sorry.
He's hated for wanting to make change. So, anyways, I believe more. I can buy more that he made a mistake or maybe was given bad advice, and that he has an out by throwing it all on.
I believe that.
Analytics firm and
I believe
walking
that.
away from this.
Yeah.
And with an "I told you so" maybe.
Yep.
You know, but I don't think he was forced to take Burhalter.
Okay, so
I
here's
feel that one.
here's my question. Tuesday morning,
Yeah.
USA has not advanced in Copa America.
When
is playing
No. When they don't advance.
When they don't. Sure.
When they
Let's
don't,
go.
yeah.
There's not. It's not.
Sure.
It's not happening.
Sure.
Okay.
Tuesday morning, U.S. Soccer Federation has to make a decision.
Yep.
Is Greg Burhalter being fired at that point Tuesday morning because they have not advanced in Copa America, and we expected a minimum of advancement in this tournament with the group they were in?
All I got to say is Klinsmann was fired for less.
Correct.
Can I
Go ahead,
throw-
Danny.
Can I throw this back at you?
Yeah.
As arrogant as you think the American soccer system is and the American country is, as arrogant as you think they are, you actually believe that they are going to keep this guy?
Yes, I do. I think they'll keep
When they've just got knocked out of a major tournament that's been hosted here,
I do.
and they're going into one in 2 years that's hosted here mainly, you actually think they're going to keep this guy?
I think they're going to keep him. They had a chance last year to
I think
get rid of him.
I think they announce it
Yep.
I think
literally minutes after
the game, yes.
Minutes.
I agree.
So first thing, press is already going at him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he's not answering questions. He's just deflecting everything. So he's just as guilty as everyone else, and he knows what's coming.
What do you mean he's just as guilty as everyone?
He's guilty. He's not answering questions. He's not, because he knows he sucks. He's terrible at answering things because he reveals certain things he's not supposed to. So, I mean, he knows he's going.
That's a bizarre rant to me.
No, that's not bizarre. That's just facts, Greg.
So
That's a bizarre, opinionated rant. I think we can all agree with
I think
that.
the pressure and expectations, like Danny said, with the World Cup coming, I don't think they game plan for this. I think they went, yeah, we'll get out of group. Let's see who's in. Oh, Panama, Bolivia. We're gonna get out of this group. It's gonna be fine. We'll lose to Uruguay. We'll get out of the group, and yeah, maybe we'll lose to, one of the Colombia or Brazil, which is still fine because they're top 10 in the world. So everyone's expecting that. It's okay. We're still good. Mm-hmm. That all changes when you don't even get out of the group.
Do you not
This
think
is
that
one of
they...
this is one of the biggest countries in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Right, in terms of
Richest as well.
in terms of population, and it revolves around money.
India's a little bit
There
bigger.
is no way on this. They are going to want to put a big fish in here that puts the spotlight on the U.S.
Yep.
not against it.
Correct.
I mean, we will see what happens.
And that
So
big
the
fish-
next... Sorry. Go ahead.
Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me one bit that they take another arrogant SOB and put him in the US job in 2 years when his job's done at Fenerbahce.
Yep.
That's you. All right,
Jose
you're
Mourinho.
thinking
Oh, that would be so
Jose
good.
Mourinho
I'd be happy with
literally-
Jose.
Literally just signed with Fenerbahce. He's not leaving now.
He
right?
said Fenerbahce for life too.
He's got 2 years.
Yeah, he's there for 2 years. I mean, they're not going to. You need a manager now who's going to carry you forward for 2 years.
Mourinho signed a 3-year contract to United. It was done in 18 months. So, I mean,
I get
So
it. Go ahead.
the next friendly they have, I think, is against Canada in September.
Yes.
And before then, they get into UEFA Nations League, I believe.
Uh-huh.
in the
Everybody
fall.
loves the Nation League.
see,
crap.
Michael Tyson is on the same wavelength as me and these two. And,
Yep.
Well, maybe not
obviously
so much
against-
that one, but
What did I do?
And he says, can I say, even if they win, he still goes.
You can say that, but he's not going to, in my opinion.
He goes. So, anyways,
Okay.
so you have to
think
make a
he's
decision before that friendly. Like,
Clickbait.
who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? And right after the next day, he's done. Like, I think they have a PR stuff already going.
You don't think they game planned and said, listen, like Nate said, we should beat Bolivia, we should beat Panama, we'll probably lose Uruguay, but we'll get out of the group stage and we'll be good, we'll go forward.
No, because Panama will have
hold
something.
Hold on. Don't you think they said, what happens if soccer happens? Idiot Tim Weah with a red. You don't think they thought, well, there's no way in hell.
nope.
No,
No.
it's an embarrassment.
They've had 6 months. You don't
Nate,
think they thought,
nope.
what happens?
It's an embarrassment. He's had more than 6 months in the job, apart from his sabbatical.
When they're, what I'm
He
saying
has-
is,
he has-
they've been game planning for the tournament.
He has been a manipulative person.
What?
Yes, he's been manipulative with everything, saying, "Oh, I have the room." He doesn't have jack squat with the players. He's probably told the players, "You must tell him this." There's no way he has the locker room. I think he's lost the locker room for a while, in my opinion. I think he's lost that locker room. I think the players are fed up with all this stuff, like you have to play this way and whatnot, because they play a lot more open than they do in their club system.
Like what a manager does, right? Like a manager comes in and says, this is the way I want you to play because I'm being paid.
I mean, people got upset with Klinsmann, but Klinsmann was just honest to their face. That's the thing. And I think, honestly, players would rather have a guy that's honest in their face than just, like, carry on this BS. So, in my opinion.
Klinsmann had his players running through walls.
He did. And he pissed off people. He pissed off Donovan. You know, there were times Dempsey talks about where he got butted heads. But, I mean, you know.
That's a problem with some managers, right? It's just, you know, like Jose Mourinho, same thing. Brutally honest. Brutally honest with the players, brutally honest with the club system, structure, and all that sort of stuff. The ones that are brutally honest are successful. Look at Ralph Rangnick.
Oh, I agree.
Look at Ralph Rangnick.
What I'll say is we don't know how brutally honest behind the scenes he is with these players. We're not in those conversations, right?
If he's not answering, if he's sat down in a press conference, right, and somebody's asking him a difficult question, he's deflecting it. He's taking a coward's way out.
Exactly.
That doesn't make him a bad manager.
Who's the most important person?
That doesn't make him a bad manager.
Who's the most important person in the national team? The manager.
The manager, absolutely.
Just like a club, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The manager's the most important person. If the manager can't take tough questions, he can't make tough decisions in the squad.
There's a lot of managers who sit down at press conferences and deflect and give bullshit answers, and then
but he can't even give a BS answer that even sounds
different
good.
answers.
So I will finish.
I don't ever
this.
listen to his press conferences because they're garbage. Press conferences are garbage. They just tell you what you want to hear, and then they give you one-liners.
I will say this: when you go into a national team camp, it should never feel like a safe haven. And I feel like a lot of the players feel like it's a safe haven, and I cannot do wrong, and I will never get punished for it. That is a bad atmosphere to come into.
I don't think safe haven is the right word.
What do you think it is? Because
no, but you're saying they feel they're going to be punishment. That's not.
No. They will not feel any punishment for nothing they do wrong, because he doesn't change much of anything. Do you think Brandon Vasquez feels very upset with what the performance he's put on? That there's, you know, John Brooks back in the day when he was starting. I mean, I'm kind of thinking like I was kind of deflecting, you know, disagreeing with you back in the day, but I think you're kind of right. John Brooks probably should have got some playing time. You know, I mean, to me, it's just when you come into a situation where you can't do wrong, and no matter how you compete, there's no difference. Like you've lost everyone, because who wants to come in when you know that the same 13 guys are going to be playing?
All right. Well,
any of the guys in England squad like that?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to them. I don't know. I mean, I can guess, but listen, we'll all have our opinion. Again, should he be fired? Yeah, probably. Do I think they will have the balls to fire him? No, I don't think they will. I think they're going to stick with their guy. That's just my opinion. And one thing I'll ask is, great, if they do fire him, who's next? Who is it? Is it an MLS guy? Is it a Jim Curtin? A Pat Noonan? Any of those guys would be crazy to leave their day job coaching, managing in the MLS for those clubs to come onto this job. It'd be crazy.
I think it actually could be Curtin.
Well, it's because he's doing so poorly at Philadelphia now.
No, he just bought a nice big house somewhere, so I think he's going to stay there for a while.
He's doing poorly in Philly,
Hold on,
right?
You'd not have to leave Philadelphia, I don't think.
Well, the headquarters is in Atlanta now, right? U.S. headquarters.
Well, it's not yet. They're building it.
It's an hour flight, guys. Yeah. You know, it's like
I agree. Wasn't one of the stipulations for U.S. managers to live within?
I don't think so.
Yes, I believe so.
Burhalter
has to live in Chicago.
Have to live in Chicago. Now, whether they keep that or not, we don't know. So speculation, right?
There's these crazy things. It's called condos, guys.
I don't know what that is.
For me, honestly, I would go balls to the wall for Klopp. That's what I would do.
Jurgen Klopp is not coming.
He's not.
I would do whatever.
Coming.
You can have control of everything.
He is not going into international management.
No, and if it is,
it's Germany
USA.
when Nagelsmann drops off the earth.
Yeah.
So I will say
flat Earth.
I will say this, and this will end the argument. This will end it. Okay. First thing, two things. You have a window, a very small window, to bring someone in for this. So now it's now or never.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when they fire him, they'll bring in Curtin, because Curtin is probably the most smartest man I've run into when it came to leadership, organization, and coaching. And it's not his fault. He works for a team that doesn't buy players. They value something else.
Sure.
And what he told me that was like so inspiring was he went, "Wow, you have a lot of muscle. Please don't hurt me. Haha, just kidding. But no, seriously, you have a lot of muscle. What are you doing, man? Wow, look at you. My God, man." So he is on point.
He clearly knows what he's talking about.
Clearly.
Clearly knows what he's talking about. All right, one team that's advanced is Canada, and their manager, Jesse Marsh, has done a really good job, and we're going to talk about that right after this. I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest,
I'm getting a little older, and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injury. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord. All right, Canada has moved on. They have advanced in Copa America for the first time ever. They played, Chile the other night in what I have to say was just a very tough game to watch. It was athletic. It was chaotic. It was just all out. I don't know what it was. It was hard. It was very hard to watch. Now, I came into the studio today, and Brooks and I were talking about this, and he made a comment which absolutely blew me away. He said, I think Canada may have better players than the USA. Is it something along those lines?
Yeah.
Right, Brooks?
Yep.
So, one, you're saying they've got better players, and now, two, they've got a better coach?
Yeah.
Okay. I watched that game against Chile. I watched their game against Argentina, and who else did they play?
Peru.
Peru.
Yes.
I thought Canada were absolutely horrendous. I thought they had no fluidity. I thought they're just relying on their athletic ability. They're lucky to even score goals with how poorly they played.
Thought they created a lot of chances against Argentina, to be honest with you.
I think they created...
And they counterattack.
created
That is
chances.
Jesse Marsh. It is absorb and counter.
Absorb
That
and
is-
counter.
It's not the prettiest of soccer,
Oof, it is not
but
pretty.
it can be very effective when done right.
It is not pretty. That Peru game, where they win 1-0.
Yes,
The,
yes.
the first goal that was scored in the Jesse Marsh era there. I gotta be honest, man. I don't know how much more I can watch of Canada. It is just chaotic, in my opinion. What absorb and
It's survive and advance. That's what you do in these tournaments.
I don't want my team surviving and advancing like that. It's
Well, if you got further than where you played for your U.S. men's national team and you'd better than the other guys. I mean, that's saying something.
so something you were saying earlier is who's the player you were picking out of Canada there that you think is more valuable to their team than Pulisic is to the U.S.
Alphonso Davies.
Alphonso Davies, that was it. I know. Listen, Alphonso Davies is a good player.
Done more at the international level or the club level than Pulisic has.
I think Pulisic means way more to the USA than Alphonso Davies does to Canada. Without Pulisic, in my opinion, the USA is just an average team. I think he brings so much creativity and so much speed and just leadership to that team. I think Alphonso Davies is a good player. I think he's a little overrated. I do not know about saying that he's worth more to the team in Canada than Pulisic is to the USA. You tell me how. Give it to me. Give me something.
Just a better attacking threat. You can put him as a winger if you want. If you need to adjust, you can put him as a wide midfielder. He can play multiple positions and still be effective.
Okay.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, I say he only usually plays.
Got him behind Argentina a lot and created a lot of goal scoring chances. I think about 2 or 3 of them came off of him beating players and putting the ball diagonally back into the box.
Now, Pulisic has done some phenomenal work in the last couple of U.S. games, right? That nice goal against Brazil. I think he created a lot of change. Even when we played Germany, I think he scored a brilliant goal, even though we ended up losing 4-1, 5-1, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pulisic is worth way more, in my opinion, to the team. Now, Canada, I forget who they even I don't think they've figured out who they're going to be playing yet. I think they're going to be exiting. I do not think they can score more than 1 goal in a game, and it's going to catch up.
So they'll play they'll play Venezuela since they'll finish second in the group. So second team in
That's
A
been
plays
determined now.
first to B. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
I think they'll lose to Venezuela.
I think they'll put up a fight. It'll be interesting.
I think they'll put up a fight. I think it will be interesting. Let's go, yes, but I think they'll lose to Venezuela, and then we'll all forget about it and go, okay, Jesse Marsh, great. You took the Canadian job. What the F for?
What if he beats Venezuela and goes further?
I don't know what to tell you, but they're not winning this thing.
I mean, listen, there's two teams that
I don't think Venezuela and Ecuador are barn burners in CONMEBOL over there.
No, they're definitely not. But listen,
Well, they beat the crap out of a Jamaica team. They beat Mexico and they beat Ecuador.
Jamaica team that's short a few players.
So right
no
now-
Leon Bailey.
I think they're
So right now they're really good. They're better than a 1-win tie limping in.
Yep. I will say there's two teams that are either going to win this thing. It's going to be Argentina or Brazil. We can all
Sure.
agree there, right?
I'm not saying Canada's winning it.
I don't think Canada's getting past the semis. at all.
Argentina.
You think Argentina's going to take it?
Yeah.
And Messi right now has been injured for the last game. They made 9 changes the other night as they went 2-0. They play where the heck did it go? They play July 4th in a quarterfinal game. Argentina does. So, I think Messi's taking a little break. I think he had a small thigh injury. He played through it. He's taking a break. He'll be back. They're going to win it.
Listen,
They're going to win because Brazil haven't even been good either. They've been poor.
I'll just make it. Yeah, go ahead.
The only X factor is Vinny Jr. That's the only X
Yeah,
factor. With Brazil.
absolutely. Because this is a very poor Brazilian team. This is one of the poorest Brazilian teams I think we've seen in the last 2 decades.
Right.
Vinny Jr., one of the best players in the world, also up for the Ballon d'Or, along with Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid, that's it. It's Vinny Jr. I think Rodrigo's a decent player, but besides that, who do they really have? Douglas Luiz now, former Aston Villa Juventus player.
Argentina, too good going forward.
Yeah, just too good. Just too good. Yes, Brooks.
Just the one last thing. I think athletes can definitely win you games, especially in these types of games where sometimes tactics and technical, they can be thrown out the door sometimes. It's a 1-1 elimination. It's not over a long season, right? So
Sure.
I very much think that Canada has a chance. Jonathan David scores 26 goals for, I think it was Lyon last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's looking to make a move into possibly England, from what I've read.
Into England.
In
You say
EPL. Into the EPL. Yes.
No. I mean,
I'm just
trust me,
saying,
he probably
that's what
wants
I've
it.
seen. I'm just saying what I've seen.
Understood. Not good enough in my opinion.
So-
All right, understood.
But you have a kid in Ishmael Jome who's really good as well, who's playing over, I believe, in the Eredivisie. So, listen, you have some guys that are not bad players.
I will say yes. There's a couple of players who I went, he plays for Preston North End. Liam Miller. Yes, Nate, you've bided your time. Your floor is yours.
Just 5 seconds here.
Yep.
Simple question. Everyone remember when a certain someone was transferring into a certain league, and in that there was said, I think he'll fail because he's not used to how athletic these players are, and that certain someone ends up just purely dominating last 2 years. We all remember that. Do I need to say any more?
Yes, we remember.
Okay.
I remember.
What?
Do you not remember?
No.
Do you want to turn around, Danny, and show him the name on the back of your shirt? One
All right,
Lionel
let's
Messi.
just
So
throw
the
it then.
best technical player in the world?
You ever remember when somebody in this room might have said that Messi is going to struggle, possibly fail in MLS because of the athleticism that's in there and how athletic he is, and he's not athletic enough because he's not athletic and whatnot, and he's just making people look silly? Okay,
Yes.
That's where your athletics get you when it comes to game
league
smarts.
play is a little different from international play.
That's where your athletics get you when it comes to game smarts. Thank you.
I think athleticism definitely helps, but at this level, everybody's athletic, right? It can win you a game, but everybody's athletic, and I think it'll take it over. I think Canada are going to go adios in this next game, so it is what it is. Congratulations to them for the first.
Well, I'll
ever.
laugh when I'm right. So
Hey, and you know what? And you guys can all laugh when I'm wrong about Greg Burhalter being fired on Tuesday morning. I mean,
I will not laugh. I will cry.
why? Isn't that what you want? Don't you want him to be fired?
Yes, but
Yes.
if you're right, then that means he didn't, and I cry.
yes.
I mean,
So
we'll
we
see.
got to put it for 2 more
I
years
think
of
he's
this.
just trying to piss off the room.
Who? He?
Me?
Who's he?
Me?
Oh, this
He's
one?
just trying
No,
to
I
piss
Never,
you
off-
Craig.
You can tell me I'm wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong when
You
he
mean
gets
by
fired.
saying the best player in his nation's game today, he can't say was good, Kobe Manu, because he's a Man United player?
True.
Yeah. Can't admit that, though.
What if I told you I thought Jordan Pickford was the best player in the game today?
Coming from you, wasn't surprised.
Saves.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He plays for Everton, so all right. Listen, I do want to talk about a couple of rumors that have been going around here. I know you boys love the rumors.
Yeah.
The rumors.
No?
Wait, what?
Matthias Delit coming to United?
No. Oh, yes, that rumor
That's
is
been around
out
for a
there.
while.
I think that's been around a little
month.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's actually going to happen going to United?
I don't
Is it
know.
gonna
They have
cost-
like 6 center backs, so someone's got to
Someone's
go
going.
somewhere. Someone's got to leave that camp.
I think Fabrizio Romano, like whenever we're looking at like people to follow, it's Ornstein, Romano.
Yeah.
You know, we're looking at those two. And Romano said this week, didn't he, that the Delit inquiry into his availability was that he wanted to go to Manchester United, Delit. And it was an independent inquiry aside from the Jared Braithwaite. So they're going after both of them, which I thought was really interesting.
They need center backs.
And I thought that was really interesting because I thought to myself, okay, well, does that open the door for Martinez then to go into the midfield and play where he played at Ajax as a holding central midfielder?
That's an interesting move.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that, because Braithwaite is a left-footed centre-back.
Yeah.
And Delit's a right-footed centre-back. So maybe Lindelof's leaving and they're keeping Maguire and Martinez.
Is it a good idea to? Well, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's,
I'd make the argument that even if you didn't want to move Martinez into the midfield, he hasn't been able to finish a season healthy.
No,
So
he's had some unlucky breaks with that injury, right? That metatarsal.
You can't put your eggs in his basket.
No, for sure.
You
Yeah.
know?
So I mean, the players that they're linked with right now, based off the Delit,
Yep.
the Jared Braithwaite, the Zerki from Bologna.
Yep.
I mean, we're talking about all three players coming in for less than 150 million, which for United is really good business. So, and I will say that David Ornstein actually reported today that they are close, Manchester United, they are close to agreeing terms with Newcastle for the Dan Ashworth deal.
Oh, okay.
So they are close.
Yep.
So that kind of rounds out the package of people coming in.
All right, some other rumors are out there. Did you hear about the new one that PSG are looking to replace Kylian Mbappe with, a new player?
Marcus Rashford? No?
200,
And they showed
250 million.
Wait. Are you
For who?
Well, go ahead,
Are
Nate.
you sure they don't want Marcus? Well,
You'll sell them or drive Rashford over there?
for 250 million.
Oh, I mean,
Danny?
you're not getting 250 million for Marcus Rashford.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you didn't even make the national team.
Damn,
Okay.
250 million.
I get 100 million for Rashford. That's not
Do you want to take a guess at who the 250 million pound player is? And he currently plays in La Liga. Played today.
Is he for
Had an
Barcelona?
assist. Yep.
the young lad?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean Lamal.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the rumor. The rumor right now is PSG are willing to pay 250 million pounds for
Barcelona
Lamal.
are never letting that kid go.
They
200
should
for
though, should they
250?
not?
pay off their debt.
They need that money.
250 for 250.
They need that money.
For a 16-year-old that is
Is lighting the Euros on
lighting
fire.
the Euros are on fire,
It's
and he's probably the
250.
best
Exactly.
thing coming through Barcelona since Messi.
250.
No.
No,
250.
I don't think.
Didn't
they
they
will.
get rid of
if that kid becomes a world star, they'll send more. They'll sell more than 250
sell more
million
jerseys.
Yeah.
Who's the Leeds guy? The player they bought? He's leaving off. Barcelona bought from Leeds.
Why am I, this is not reminding me right now.
Rafinha.
Rafinha. Sorry, Rafinha.
Oh, that happened
Rafinha.
last year.
Rafinha.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get rid of him, if I'm not mistaken, or he wants to leave.
Well,
Oh,
Marcus Alonso. There's lots of stuff coming out about Barcelona right now.
Yeah.
Marcus Alonso just left the club.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players left the club actually today because it's the
the end of the season.
the end of the season,
yeah.
free agency and all that sort of stuff. So 5-6 players left United
Yep.
today, and a bunch left Newcastle. So.
I think if they could sell Rafinha and make a profit, they would. I don't think that's going to happen. I think because he put out something a couple of months ago he put a tweet out about something or other that was
Lewandowski to MLS.
I think they've already said they're going to be keeping him, right? And he doesn't want to leave. But anyway,
he was the 4th leading goal scorer in the league. So why
Yeah.
the hell not? You know,
Yeah.
he still got it.
yeah, he'd come over to the MLS and just dominate.
Nah, he's not athletic enough.
It's been really, it's been I will say this, it's been a quiet summer so far.
So far, yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and
For the
usually,
Euros, that's
Well, probably this
usually,
week,
but
right?
usually around this time though, when we're into the knockout phases, the last day it starts to pick up
Starts to
speed.
heat
So
up,
we've heard
yeah.
nothing about Salah, we've heard nothing about Virgil van Dijk. You
Right.
know, with Arne Slot coming in, we've heard nothing about, Arsenal bringing in a new forward. Chelsea are signing players, but what's new?
Yeah.
You know?
anyone
Chelsea's
who's
signed a couple
still
players.
playing is probably not going to be talking. That's true.
Any moves that have been done so far are having to be compliant with PSR for the past year. So Villa and Chelsea made a bunch of moves back and forth
Ben Godfrey left.
Yep.
Everton.
But they've
yeah,
had
the
to
young-
be compliant with PSR because you had to be compliant as of the end of today, and now Villa have been compliant, and that's one of the reasons they sold Douglas Luiz for £70 million to get that money in. So now they're compliant with PSR. Now guess what? Tomorrow they can do start going out and spending money. Start spending that money because in the middle of the year, and then next summer they'll make it back. So I think start tomorrow, July 1st is when we see the window start to hot up and start getting going, which a lot more rumors coming around about that time. Another rumor here. Chelsea and Newcastle are in discussions to swap goal scorers. Chelsea would get Alexander Isak while sending Nicholas Jackson up to Tyneside. Plus
I mean, the only team that's getting the benefit there is Chelsea.
Yep.
because Nicholas Jackson is a terrible striker.
What?
Newsflash, right? Newsflash.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Ooh.
Man.
They paid £47 million for him. They're going to send him up to Newcastle plus another $50 million to get Isak down. Isak's been rated at $100 million. I think that actually could work out really well for Chelsea. I think that would be a really good swap for them. That
Eddie Howe magic.
works up for them. No, that's not magic. That's
No, he's going to turn him into a great striker.
no. You think Eddie Howe's going to turn Alexander? Okay.
What the hell is going on with Newcastle? I thought they, had big
Oodles of-
time and oodles of cash, and they're operating like.
Didn't
a
their
low
fund get
budget.
pulled or something?
No, I don't think their funding got pulled, but I think
No?
I don't know.
But it's
I'm not
just
sure.
you know what they've brought in oil money,
Yeah.
right? But
They're not using it.
they're not using it because I think there's restrictions on them to do that.
Yes.
Now with financial fair play,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
They're being careful.
they don't want to be in the same situation that City are in.
Yep.
No one believes in financial fair play.
I agree with you. I think they're being careful because I think City may get hit with that at some point.
Yeah, it's never happening.
I'm kind of with
Never
Danny
gonna
there. I
happen,
think it's
never
going to
gonna
happen.
You know what?
Yeah,
When
never
people
gonna
say
happen,
to me
never
that
gonna
that's not
happen.
happening, it
Yeah,
drives
never
me
gonna
up the
happen.
wall.
I agree with you. I think it's going to
There's
happen.
115 charges sitting there. It's not like this is not like just going into a courtroom and just going, okay, well, there's a charge of murder. Let's have like a 3-month trial. Like this is 115 charges.
That they won't touch till 2025.
Yeah, it's been 2.5.
So if they don't touch
now.
it till 2025, they don't touch it till 2025. But at some point, it's it's an investigation.
Yep.
115 charges is a fucking long time to
And
investigate.
They'll be
Yes.
found guilty, and time will have passed so long that they won't do anything
And then they'll
other
just-
than say, "Well, you owe us $30 million, and don't do that again."
Slap on the wrist, pay us $30
got 'em.
million.
Nah,
And by the way, you
relegate the
should
club.
donate another $25 million
And
to
you
the,
know what?
the FA Youth Funds.
Your championship in that year, it has an asterisk.
Ooh, no, not the asterisk. Oh no,
Isn't that very American?
Hey.
it is actually very American.
Yeah.
You mind yourself. And I shouldn't be culturally insensitive. What is the English version of a asterisk? Do you guys still use an asterisk, or do you guys use like a colon or something like
Star.
They use the metric.
a star?
Take
Hey,
the,
I just found
take
out
the stars off your badge.
I just found out turkey is turkey.
Turkey, eh?
Turkey.
Does it taste different?
Actually not, but
No, the country turkey.
Oh, lost me.
it's different in every country that you pronounce it.
According to my fox, it's turkey.
Your fox.
You fucks.
Yeah, my fox. Turkey.
Moving
Chechi,
on. Moving on.
Turkey.
Did you guys see the goal that was scored yesterday in the MLS? Atlanta's Jamal Thierry caught
boy.
Toronto's goalkeeper sleeping and snuck up behind him and stole the ball. We've all seen this happen, right? The goalkeeper falls down, picks it up, doesn't look behind him, looks around, puts the ball down, and as he goes to kick it, a striker sneaks up behind him. Now, yes, this happened, and the goal stood, by the way. What the significance about this one that I mentioned is the player was off the field. He was almost hiding behind the post, behind the goal post. So the goalkeeper, even if he looked behind, didn't see him on the field. This goal should not have stood. As a couple of people in our Facebook group have said, when you exit the field, like this player did, willingly exit the field, not like sliding off the field, but exited the field to try to deceive the goalkeeper. He did not ask for permission to come back on the field. You know, a lot of people don't know this rule, that if you leave the field, you must ask for permission to come back on the field.
If you come back,
If you're not forced off, correct?
if you come back in without permission, you get yellow carded.
Yeah, so that's what happened here, right? So the player,
Is it?
Jamal Gier, have you seen it?
I've seen it.
I
It's-
posted it. Is it? Did he really come off the field?
Look at it again.
Seems like he
Both
was
feet.
upset and he just
Both feet off the field. Doesn't he grab the water bottle?
Hold on.
Doesn't he grab the water bottle?
I will agree with you. Both feet were off the field.
Yes.
But one foot was still in the field to play.
Oh,
It was
how much on the line was it?
No, he stepped over the line with his right foot. His left foot was in the air, but still in the field of play. It did not cross that line. Go look at it again.
And that's allowed.
And
It has to be both feet.
Yep.
yeah.
That left foot did not exit the field. That left foot,
It's just like the
was
ball.
not on the field.
Is this deception in any way? Because a referee can call things back for deception.
He drank out of the water.
He did drink out his water bottle, right? Yeah.
No, he was just stopping to hydrate.
Is it his fault?
Stay-
He can't look around?
Stayed on the field.
As Limp Bizkit said once,
Goalkeepers
take
error,
a look
by the way.
around.
By the way, did you see almost see both England and Spain get almost done in today with shots from the halfway line?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, that English turnover.
Oh.
So costly.
I think that they
What
scored.
would
That would have been done for
just,
England.
Just changing topics just for time. What the hell was Pickford doing all day today, dropping in like a third centre back?
Is that? It has to be something that Southgate's put there, right? Because he never usually plays that high on a field.
No, it's just like he kept dropping in as like a third centre back.
Yeah,
We're in possession
bizarre.
of the ball. I'm like, what is going on?
So now you've got a third center back, and then you've got a 2 double pivot sixes. Again, these tactics make no sense. We can go back and do this all day. These tactics from Southgate make no sense. All right.
Where as a player, you just say, forget it, I'm not doing it.
I mean, again,
Especially when you're the goalkeeper.
he may be the one player who I think he could do whatever he wants, and he's not getting dropped because the two behind him are just not very good. All right, boys. Anything else we want to add for today's show, or we good to wrap up? What do you think?
We're good.
I think we're good.
Just want to say to all the fans out there, love you all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the good teams, not Canada.
Not Canada.
Yeah. And definitely not Jesse Marsh. And if you're from Canada, don't take it personally. It's mainly just Jesse Marsh.
Yep. And the fact that you don't like Tim Hortons.
Yes.
Especially because I don't like Tim Hortons.
Yep. All right.
Timbits are shit.
Yeah.
Nate out.
All right. Good final words there from Nate.
By the way, Tim Hortons, if you're interested in sponsoring us,
we will willingly drink it.
I will eat all the Timbits
You will eat the
you
Timbits,
provide.
Yes. All right.
And the ice caps? We drink all the ice caps?
That's gonna
Not
wrap
go
us
too
up.
far, Brooks.
That's going to wrap us up. Big thank you to Soccer World. For all your soccer gear needs, visit Soccer World 3 Metro Detroit locations, Rochester, Brighton, and Canton, or visit them online at soccerworld.net. Next Level Training. Take your game to the next level with Michigan's premier soccer trainers. For more information and locations, visit www.next-leveltraining.com. Big thank you to Dr. Zachary Atwood, the football doc. He delivers unparalleled care for his athletes and guiding them back to the pitch and empowering them to stay there with confidence. Visit Dr. Zach Atwood at thefootballdoc.com. Thank you to the Michigan Jaguars, who are creating the best possible soccer experience for every player, regardless of skill level. And, hey guys, we just named off a bunch of games that are happening this week. Get down to Thomas McGee's for the Euros and for the Copa America games. I'm pretty sure there'll be a good crowd down there tomorrow night for the game, USA versus Uruguay. The best bar in Michigan that has all the sports games, Thomas McGee's. We will check back in. We'll see if Greg Burhalter keeps his job or if he is canned by the Soccer Federation.
I'll see you in 3 weeks.
Tomorrow. And yes, Danny, travel safe.
Yes, I'll see you in 3 weeks. Who do I call if I get put in jail in France
Me.
or Greece?
Yep.
I'll come get you. I've seen enough action movies to get this done. I got an elite form a team ready to go at a whim and a call. I got a couple
Black Ops
dude,
unit.
don't worry about it. A couple ex-Black Op guys. We're good.
All right.
We're good. I've seen Black Hawk Down.
Okay,
This is
awesome.
good. We're good. We're good. I really don't have much to live for anyways anymore, so it'll be one of those where like I get shot a bunch of times, and I'm like, Danny, look at me. Look at me, Danny. You're like, Nate, what do I do? What do I do? I'm like, Danny, look at me. Look at me.
All right. And that's
Jesse Marsh is shit.
Cheers.